Hey everybody, this is Jacob Holmes with the Appalachian Creative Podcast. This is episode 14, and it is our season 1 wrap-up. Hello and welcome back to the Appalachian Creative Podcast. I am Jacob Holmes, and this is my co-host.
Hey, I'm Jerry Buckner.
And today we are wrapping up season 1. We have had a great 7 months of content here, and we just want to kind of go over our favorite parts. Jerry, what you got? What's your favorite part?
We've had quite a bit that we've covered. We've talked to a good slew of talented filmmakers from our area.
About a dozen, yeah.
Yeah, I think the highlights really started around when we spent the weekend at Mountain Craft Film Festival.
Yeah. That's when it all started, the interviews.
Yeah, talking with talented people like Alishka Diller, talking with Chris White
Tisha
and
Bumgarner,
Tisha, getting in the same room as Dave and all these other talented people. That was whenever I felt the most inspired and really was like, let's hit this running. So
yeah. I learned a lot. I think I learned a lot more from those interviews than I did just the two of us, bringing on the other viewpoint that maybe you or I don't get,
Well, and I think I enjoyed some of the challenges that we faced while we were up there. Being remote, being in a conference room. Definitely
other people's schedules and availabilities and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, and we also were trying to do a lot.
Yeah.
We were trying to get a lot of different content from a lot of different ways, while also shooting a podcast, while also trying to enjoy ourselves and enjoy the weekend.
I think we did 3 episodes up there in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
On top of short form and on top of just showing up to the festival.
And watching the films and trying to enjoy some of that. We got to see Sam Flinton's, was it T-140?
T-130.
T-130.
Yeah, it was great.
And it really enjoyed the cinematography there.
The Freeland Whitegrass story.
Whitegrass was really good.
And then Justin Harris is his name. He's great.
Ambrosia was that was
a hit.
Who was it? Justin Litton. He was the DP on that. Man,
beautiful job.
They did a really, really good job. Yeah. Good story. They had a lot of talent that came out.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Citizen Sleuth.
And
a documentary that was able to keep me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
I mean, they really did a good job with that one. Citizen Sleuth. Something so simple. And
what was the other one? Beatdown?
I don't know that it was Beatdown.
It wasn't Beatdown. I always get them mixed up. It was boxing though, is what it was. But
the hard fight. No, it was Beatdown.
It was Beatdown?
Yeah.
The Good Fight was
the one. The Good Fight was
Ashley Stennett.
Yeah. And the Duke boy in it.
Yeah, Beatdown was great. Trey actually, they just had what's the boxing event called?
Tough Man,
and he broke his arm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the fight. So he's in a cast right now. Shout out Trey.
And, if you get a chance, you can always look up my Tough Man highlights from way back in the day. I fought under the pseudonym. It was actually Jerry Buckner. It was Jerry Hognuts Buckner. That's what I fought under. Yeah, I went 2 rounds with he was a grown man. I was
a grown man in the
I was
Hognuts.
19 years old, and there was this grown man, the hairiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was a good time. But, I was really inspired by that movie. The way that they were able to get organizations in the state to coordinate and let them kind of steal shots.
Yeah. Be able to shoot during.
Yeah, they lend them ring space and super accommodating. Yeah. And it's refreshing to see that type of movement and mobility in our state. Yeah,
absolutely. And matter of fact, they both were, because the Ambrosia also was filmed at some person's house. They let them film, I think, or at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
It was at Airbnb, and they let them film there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, I think they got some pretty good business out of it. So it's not a bad investment if you are Appalachian and have a business. That's not a bad way to
get your name out there.
To get your name out there and show some support.
Well, and to help your community. You're able to help somebody who's aspiring to do something bigger than themselves.
Right.
And they're organizing groups and groups of people over days and weeks and multiple locations.
And telling a story. You know?
And they're trying to organize those thoughts and chaos into a story. One that's not just like a complete story, but it's also entertaining.
Right.
And that's
Right.
it's just been really refreshing to see all that mobility and within our state. And we talked about Chris White the other day riding through traffic. I got to laughing about a scene in his movie, where Electric Jesus, where Brian, his hair is just going nuts, and it just got me laughing.
So, of all the stuff we've done, what has been your favorite? And what's the one memory that stood out to you?
Probably the Commandos in Christ. They're Commandos for Christ. The music that came after the Electric Jesus.
The concert.
Yeah, that concert was definitely a highlight for me, and an interesting way to see different ways to market a movie and to incorporate art and talented people into your movies.
Yeah.
What about you, Jacob? What's been your favorite part?
Man, I enjoyed Mountain Craft. Obviously, that was just a fun time to go and kind of see the industry. And meet some of the people that I've been friends on Facebook with for years, but haven't actually had a chance to meet in person, such as Justin Litton, you know. No, it's just been really good to interview all the different people. I don't do a lot of horror, so interviewing people like JD was great.
I've liked the young people that we've had on the show.
I was about to say Joby with Studio 291. It's been, I think that was probably my highlight because I played a very small role in him in his growth as a student.
But you didn't kill his passion. You didn't.
I tried not to, man. Joby's great, and it was really cool to see him kind of flourishing as a producer and camera operator over there at 291. So
yeah.
And at my job, I actually was interviewing kids on campus, and somebody said they were going to be in a Tudors commercial. I was like, I know who shot that. So that was pretty cool. That was probably my favorite, was getting to see the growth from kind of inside, get the behind the scenes look on where people came from, like Joby or JD with his,
even Max up in Ohio.
Kind of
going to that small university, paving his own way with some really, really incredible work.
Yeah, and then there's Tisha, Dave
everything
Lavender.
They're doing at Marshall. Yeah,
I mean those guys, they're kind of the big names, the leading edge of the knife that's slicing into the film industry in Appalachia, and it's cool to be able to, talk to them and learn from them.
Share space with them, yeah.
Yeah. One of the biggest lessons I learned, I will say, came from Chris White.
Yeah.
And it was we asked him the first person you hire on a film set as a comedy director, and he said the first person he always hires is a casting director.
A good casting director.
And I've actually incorporated that lesson into my movie I'm writing right now. The first $5,000 will be going toward a casting director that can get a good
coordinate talent,
get a good cast together. Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that all myself, because that's the one thing I feel like a director has a hard time controlling is the casting. Right. We can manage the crew pretty well.
You hope that the right person sees the casting call. Right. You hope that they come in and they deliver their A game. Because
I know a camera operator, I know a gaffer, I know it. I can build out a good crew behind the scenes. I know a key grip. I know PAs and. Some people I don't know are actors that can fill a particular role.
Right.
When I'm writing, I envision the character. The one I'm writing right now, it's a mid-20s or mid-30s white woman, and she's dating a late 20s to early 30s black guy. And the look that I have for him, I don't know if you're familiar with Theo Shakes on TikTok. He's a fantastic actor, but that's the look I see as the guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone that looks like that other than Theo.
Can I read for the role at least?
You can.
Okay.
Just get a tan first, yeah.
Okay. Well, I did not know we were going to be discriminating. It's 2025. But no, that's actually something that I'm really excited about, kind of in some of the things that I'm working on outside of the podcast right now, in meeting with community theater and just building out kind of a connection of talent, people that are willing and able to act, that they maybe are killing it in the local theater scene, that community scene, but they're not necessarily considering film or looking at film. It's nice for me to just know these people and, get to share conversation and grow with them, because, again, they have experience that I don't have.
Right. That theater scene has been invaluable in my experience because my music coordinator for two, my feature length doc, and the singer songwriter for my vocal track in it is they're both theater. You know, they both have done theater their whole life. They didn't do film, but they were interested in. And I feel like the music you create for those things are different too than theater and on screen film. They were in the music department, but man, they killed it. And wouldn't have met
just
them.
being able to hit
weren't
marks under pressure, that's really cool. And my wife just went up to Columbus and watched Anne Juliet on there off Broadway, and I told her I would have loved to have went with her if I could have sat my chair on the back of the stage and watched all of the production side of now.
Yeah.
Because that's what interests
the
me
stage
the most.
management.
Yeah. I want to see that stuff because, live production, there's nothing like it. No. And
half the time the director doesn't even show up.
You've got 45 people that, again, are locals that are, coming together for a common goal, which is to put on this show and to entertain people. And
the interesting thing about live productions as opposed to film is, your orchestra, right? Your composer doesn't have to show up to the set at all. And I mean, I don't know of any composers that do show up to the set. Yeah. But you need your music. You need your pit there. If it has a pit, if it has an orchestral part to it, you need them to show up. So it's even more people that show. You got to have your mixers up at the top. You need lighting operators to move that.
There's not an
around.
Editing floor either, where you get to pull out that flubbed line and replace it with.
That's true. It's one take, man. That's very true.
We're not doing any replacement audio or anything like that.
There's no take twos.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you hit your mark, or you've shit the bed, and you've cost this whole program thousands and thousands of dollars, and your life's over.
Or your improv skills get put to the test to see how well you can cover it up.
Well, and I think that's again another skill set that those guys in the community theater really bring out, and so and those are skills that a talented casting director can help coordinate for you. They can help kind of shoulder the responsibility of, hey, this person is good at this. I've watched him work under these type of conditions before. This is your guy, as opposed to, hey, this is Stan. I went to school with Stan. Stan's a good dude.
And the casting director, even more than that too, ideally, at least the ones that I will be looking at, will have some sort of, at least some C-list contacts. It doesn't have to be, I don't need Tom, I would love it, but if you're listening, Tom Cruise, you can come work for me. I don't need, Jennifer Lawrence. I don't need those guys, right? They're not going to be interested in this, but there might be a C or a D-list celebrity out there that has the potential to be that good. And
I know there's a lot of talent.
Know.
There's a lot of talent in West Virginia, but again, are they going to see your call? Are they going to necessarily be plugged in and connected and all of those good things? Because it's not just as organic as we like to imagine. You
networking
think, man,
is everything.
I've got this great script, and people are just going to sign up and come out.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the case when you're working in independent film.
Yeah,
so,
it's tough.
and I tell you, watching what Chris White was able to do with Electric Jesus really inspired me because, man, they did so much with the talent, with the script, with the music. I loved how it all came together. So, looking forward, okay, so we've talked about the things that have happened over the last year, 6 months. What are some things that you're looking forward to within the industry in West Virginia or in Appalachia in 2025?
Well, I'm excited to see where our foundation goes. I'm excited to see the Ramp documentary that you're working on. I'll let you hit on that later, but I'm excited to see how that turns out. I'm excited to start trying to chase down funding and hopefully start being able to offer scholarships and things like that to students and filmmakers that want to fund some projects. I'd like to be able to offer grants. I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm really excited to continue working at WVSU. I've got some pretty major projects coming up and just had my first big project proposal for the fall.
Right on.
Which should be cool. Kind of an episodic behind-the-scenes look at the track team. Actually, there's two people that are looking like they're going to qualify for 2028 Olympics.
Oh wow!
So and they're all really animated on camera, so should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we're able to do that. It all comes down to money,
Of course.
but it's looking good. So I'm excited for that.
Right on.
I'm excited to. We got the Appalachian Film Festival coming up. Restarting.
They're doing quite a bit there out of the Foundry.
Yeah.
Who is that? Dylan Smith that's working in Huntington behind the scenes on a lot of stuff, and he's proven to really be an asset. I feel like within the scene there.
Yeah, he absolutely has.
He's got the, what are they calling them? The Foundry's flashbacks.
Yeah.
Where he's premiering, or he's showing kind of older movies that are relevant. I think the 28th they're showing the Mothman Prophecies, and they're going to have some talent that was local that are going to be down there talking. So that's exciting. He's filming a zombie movie right now. I think I saw he was.
He is. He was
looking for a location earlier.
Yeah.
So. I know J.D. Belcher. We talked to him about Mothman Prophets, and they are looking for locations, and they're scouting right now.
We have Mothman Prophecies and Mothman Prophets.
Yeah, well, the Mothman Prophecies came first. That's the 1998, I believe, thriller starring Richard Gere.
During planning this, I didn't even catch. I honestly just assumed you were misspeaking, and it was Mothman Prophets. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so then you have the Mothman Prophets, which I don't know the direction he's taken with that
Yeah.
per se, but I'd like to say he's probably setting up some sort of a story that would become the prophecy.
Yeah, his podcast that he talked about was super.
Oh,
It sounded super
Creepalachia.
cool.
Oh, man,
Creepalachia,
they're
that's right.
diving. They're going through a lot of stuff. I've watched him talk about the DuPont Teflon situation. That was a big impact on our community here in the state.
I didn't live here yet, but I know my wife. They went to our church, and that's where they showered and got drinking water.
Have
and
you
stuff
seen
like
the
that.
movie Deepwater?
No, I've seen Deepwater Horizon.
Is it Deepwater or Dark Waters? It might be called Dark Waters. Dark Waters has. Yep, that's what it is. With the Mark Ruffalo plays the local attorney, but it's essentially that story.
Yeah, really, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's really, really good
It's
movie.
about here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to watch that. That's cool.
And so, DuPont, really, really
And
great
bonus
movie.
points, Mark Ruffalo is my wife's celebrity crush.
So, fun fact about that movie, my wife will get a kick out of this because we Redboxed this movie when we were just dating.
Redbox.
And we get it back to her house and we watch it, and the whole movie is kind of like in this grainy black and white, and like, we assume it's some sort of stylistic choice or something, and we find out that movie was supposed to be full color after the fact.
And it was the DVD.
Cable. She had a bad cable on her Blu-ray player.
That's funny.
But
That's
I
good.
just was like, man, this is really gritty.
Hey, that shows how much color impacts a movie.
So, but no, it was interesting because I don't know if it added anything.
Have you ever
to it.
watched it in color? No, you've only ever watched the color movie in black and white. That's hilarious.
So, but the story was intact enough, and the acting came through enough that, again, I thought it was a stylistic choice that the director made because it was like an older,
I'll have to
gritty
watch that.
drama. But
That's cool.
dude, I suggest black and white, man. It was awesome.
Turn the saturation down on my screen.
But no, I'm excited to see what the Hodges are doing with Redhead 2.
Yeah.
That should be
It should be coming out, I think, the end of the year.
You would think, just based off of everything that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
But definitely check out their insiders page to get updates on that. You mentioned the short film that we're going to be working on through the foundation. That will start taking shape here in April. We've got several weekends scheduled for that, where we're going to dive in really how communities build, events around ramps,
Right.
very
Not
seasonal.
half pipes. Not ramps.
Yeah.
But ramps.
And so, we're going to talk to local restaurateurs, and we've got the Ramp It Up Festival in Fayetteville that is hosting us, and we're going to be able to get behind the scenes access to that, and just really excited about the potential story that's nestled there because.
And I think that kind of storyline has really good film festival value. There are Appalachian film festivals out there, not the Appalachian Film Festival, but film festivals about culinary. There's stuff about Appalachia.
Very
as a whole.
grassroots, yeah.
There's And, you know, that's something not a lot of people cover. So
I've put together a list. I think there's like 5 or 6 specifically in the region that target that specifically that I'm going to submit to. Just again to kind of help get some more name out for the foundation.
Yeah,
hopefully get
I'm
some
glad that
recognition
you are
for the
directing
crew members and stuff.
Originally, you wanted me to direct it, and I'm glad that you're directing it because it's your thing, right?
Yeah,
I'll act as a producer and do what you need me to do behind the scenes, but I'm glad that you kind of took the reins on it.
Well, and it's just now really starting to take shape. I've been emailing and organizing and trying to get different people and organizations, and we're starting to line that all up. And so I've got a better idea now than when we started this, and I'll know here in a couple weeks when we have some pre-production meetings more, and I'm excited about it as well. Just as an opportunity to get behind the camera and shoot some stuff and to get out. Man, we've been cooped up, feels like, with ice and snow, and
It's been a cold winter.
cold weather for too long. And so I'm excited about the potential there. And just getting to work with people again, I work solo too much, in my job. And so being able to get together with a crew and execute, it's going to be exciting. So, beyond that, man, I'm really looking forward to. I got an anniversary coming up, so
It's exciting.
Yeah.
How long?
4 years.
4 years.
Yep, 4 years.
Congratulations.
Feels like just yesterday.
Yeah.
And on some level, I guess it really wasn't that long ago. So,
Right.
But we're excited about that.
And the day after your anniversary is my birthday.
Oh well, I'll make sure that we get you a present.
I'm turning 30. My daughter just turned 3. So I'm excited to, she's getting up. She doesn't know it yet, but she's getting a bike for her birthday. She gets it on Saturday as her birthday party.
Okay.
So where I was born in the 90s. All right. So like rollerblading was kind of in when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want to ride my bike with her because I want to rollerblade with her. So I got some rollerblades. We're going to ride up and down the street.
My nephew just aided on some rollerblades.
I can't wait. It's bound to happen here, man. I did take him out a couple of days ago in the rocks. Where I live, a lot of where you park is gravel, so it ends up in the road. And I told my wife that I'll probably just take those around the track and let Tobin ride around the track.
For sure. But
but this summer, I'm starting the film festival run for 2.
Okay.
I've just only this week just started kind of looking at film festivals that I might qualify for and really trying to get some wins out of that. I think it's worthy of win. I think it's worthy of distribution, but I always said I'd give it a year before I start to try to get a distro deal. So in about 3 months, I'll probably start looking at film festivals. So.
Right on. Well, and you hit on kind of those family changes, and that paired with our work's demanding a lot from us, our family demanding a lot from us. We've got these projects and side things that we're looking at. So I'm excited to take a little break from all of this. I'm excited to see what else we can create beyond just this conversation. I'm excited to get together with more creators in the area. I'm excited to see what they are going to put out. And I'm hoping to make more time for, again, community theater, working on acting more. I'm excited to see more of those scripts come out. I'm excited to see more opportunities and more movies being made and being able to participate.
There's a role or two I think you could swing well in the movie I'm writing right now. I need a good old boy for one of my roles.
Good old boy. I don't know that I've ever been described as a good old boy.
Good old boy. I might have you pick up a rifle.
Man, if you'd have got me 7 months ago when I had the mullet,
you die. But that's the character.
Yeah. I mean, we all die.
At the end, he gets shot.
Well, spoilers, bro. So
you're not the main character. The main character will never die.
Well, I don't want it then.
Yeah.
So.
You don't want the lead. You're not the lead role. You don't want it.
No. You know me. I don't care what role I play in production. I just want to be a part of it. I want to help people get their projects done. Yeah. So whether it's grip, gaff, cam op, sound, talent, go check out The Prodigal on D11M Productions YouTube. All right, you'll catch a little bit of my acting debut from back in the summer. That was really fun meeting with those guys, and I hope to be able to talk with them more about what they've got working on.
There are very little things I will not do on a film set, and acting is one of them. Voice acting is one of them. I could do extra. I could walk around in the background, but I don't want to act. I have no draw toward being on camera.
I'm interested in it, just from the vain aspect of it. You know, I like the way I look on camera. No,
I've been described as Oliver Platt, so I don't.
Oliver Platt looking mug.
So I don't want to. I don't want to further that narrative. There's
But
only room for one Oliver Platt in television or in film.
Other than him being hideous, dude, he's incredibly talented.
He is very talented.
I won't say he's hideous. He's a good looking dude in his own right. If you're into stone looking, Stone Mountain looking dudes.
If he's in this one, he's the best looking man in a room. If there's only him in the room,
I mean, if it's the dark room. So, well, Jacob, are there any movies, TV shows that are coming out this year that you're excited about?
So I mean, it isn't coming out this year, but the local independent theater near us is showing it. The Brutalist.
Okay.
Just won. Adrian Brody just won best actor for it, and I want to go see that. As far as new releases,
and you said that's the Flora Lee that's doing that? Mm-hmm. Really cool.
Yeah, that's at the Flora Lee Hart Cohen down in Capitol Street in Charleston. I'm excited to just continue. I'm just excited to see the independent guys grow over the last 15 months or so that the foundation's been up and running. There's been a lot of people that have slid in my DMs and, come to our film club and joined on workshops and stuff. And it's just cool to kind of see those people start creating something more than just client work and videography work. It's a rewarding experience just to know that I had a small, bit of advice that I offered or
for sure,
or helped look over a script or stuff like that. There's quite a few scripts that are coming out that I'm not credited on and I don't want to be credited on, but it's just cool to know that I was a part of it. So,
right on. I know. I'm looking forward to what is The Chosen's going to be coming out here soon. Yeah. That's something that I'm going to be looking at. I've been hearing really good things about this Black Bag movie. Seems a little bit like a thriller. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for that. It looks like there's a handful of really high end features that are going to be coming out here in the spring. Novocaine, with that Jack Kane, I think's his name. He's really talented. There's the new Robert Pattinson movie coming out that looks funny.
Oh, what is that called? It's where he clones. He gets cloned.
Yeah, he's like a test dummy or something. And
that does look good.
But I'm excited for that. I'm excited. I've got a lot of live productions scheduled for this year. I'm going to be doing some drag racing coverage. I'm going to be covering some live events. Cool. Doing that. I'm looking to host a couple tournaments in our area. Just things on my own, just to get people active and going. So I'm excited to see what comes out of our area, because not just film, but with TV. I've heard there's a couple reality shows being filmed in our area. Mm-hmm. There's new shows being developed, a new film being developed every single day in our area. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'm excited for the potential there with. Was that Vandalia TV?
Vandalia TV.
Vandalia TV looks great as far as being a local resource for creators to be able to have an outlet to put their work out. A little bit of
distribution.
Yeah. If not just a local distribution. Yeah. So you hit on the Flora Lee and everything they're doing.
Distribution, local distribution, whatnot. What I learned with my doc is even if you don't get it on Prime Video or Hulu or Netflix, you have a lot of people out there, especially during the course of making a movie, that you market and they want to see what your finished product is. And I have a ton of people on my waiting list that are just were not able to be a part of the week when it was showing around here, and something like Vandalia TV, where I'd be able to say, hey, go to this website and check it out there. That's right now you're not making riches, right? We're independent filmmakers. We're not going to make a ton of money right now.
We're in it for the storytelling. We're in it for the experience.
People seeing it is just a really cool, someone actually went out of their way to watch your movie is a cool thing to say.
For sure. No, I'm super excited about that. And as I tell you, if there are people out there in West Virginia and Appalachia that are working on a film right now, they're starting to shoot in the fall. If they would like to see us on their set talking to people. They want to see us interviewing, sharing more about their on-set experiences. They want to share anything about their movies, get a marketing plan together, and reach out to me through the podcast. You can message me directly on any one of our pages or shoot me an email. Email me at jbuckner@Hollerwood Studios.
Hollywood Studios?
That's Hollerwood. I'm from the holler, boy. But
You're a good old boy.
So jbuckner@hollerwoodstudios.com, and we'll get you on the slate. We're going to take us a little bit of a break to get some of these projects wrapped up or started and then wrapped. And
I do want to say, he wasn't able to be here tonight, but
Carson's going to war. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Part of the reason we're taking the break is Carson's going to boot camp, not war. War within himself.
No,
but good luck, Carson. We hope you make it.
Yeah. So no, and I'm excited to see what he's able to create whenever he gets back. I know he's got Riding Ridiculous that he's been working on. He's got a couple kind of personal projects. I know he's going to be starting the Marshall Film Program. So I'm excited to see what he's able to keep creating. I'm excited to see what comes out of the state, and I want to know if there's a way that we can help you in any way. Man, let us holler at us.
Yep.
I'd love to come get some BTS of your set, talk to you a little bit, come share a little bit about what your project's doing, and maybe bring some attention and awareness to your projects. I'm happy to help.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap up this episode, Jacob? I think, this last season has been very successful.
Yeah.
I've had a really good time chatting with everybody, chatting with you. I'm excited to see what happens.
A good 6 months, have a little over a dozen episodes here. It's been really cool to interact with people on socials and kind of watch the audience grow, a little bit, but it grows a little bit more every week.
Well,
right?
This is our 14th episode, and I don't know that we've ran the same setup twice. Every episode has been different.
But we're filmmakers. We like to tinker.
Every episode we have grown. Every episode we have implemented. We've failed some. We've crashed our whole systems. We've recovered. We've failed. We've done it all. But at the end of the day, we've had fun.
I think
had a
episode
good time.
10 or 11 was just
audio only.
The first 40 minutes were just a graphic on our YouTube because we had a mistake.
Yeah. What do you do?
Don't let it discourage you. Failures happen, and learn from them and move on. That's how it's supposed to go.
Well, pushing through adversity. And I'm excited to see, because again, our state is kind of built on adversity. We're a tough terrain. We're all isolated. We've all kind of been dealing with tough weather the last few months, and I'm excited as spring kind of comes into play here.
The snow goes away.
The snow melts, and some of these projects that have been on the shelf get dusted off and into production. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so, I am too.
Well, we thank everybody for tuning in this time. I cannot tell you when the next episode will be, but keep an eye out on the show, on our social channels. If you have an idea for an episode that you would like to see, again, reach out to jbuckner@hollerwoodstudios.com.
And from all of us at the Appalachian Creative Podcast, thank you and have a good spring.